My name is Randall Connolly, and the name of my short film is Biochemistry. It is about a young man named Peter Ricci, who's a high school biology teacher, grew up in an Italian-American neighborhood in Astoria, Queens. Starts out at a bar where Peter's sitting with some of his associates. One of them gets a phone call that has the rest of them concerned. He says business is on. Peter needs to get out of there because he doesn't want anybody seeing Peter or knowing who he is. Peter leaves. Next morning, he goes to school, where he goes and talks to the counselor, who tells him that she's really concerned about the growing opiate crisis at the school. Peter tries to investigate, and he asks his class, does anybody know anything about it? They say they do, but they can't say. But one girl sticks around and tells him, yeah, this is what's happening, and this is who it is. It's a kid that's in his next class. So next class comes around, and this kid asks if he can go to the bathroom. He's not doing anything. Peter complies and says to the rest of the class he has to run to the office for a minute. Peter follows the kid into the washroom, locks the door behind him, and he walks up to the kid and he beats him down, punches him down, beats him down, and he holds a little scalpel to his throat, and he says, you don't deal drugs in this school. I deal the drugs in this school. I run this school. We run all the schools on the North Shore. You tell those Russians you're working for, if they so much as come around this North Shore again, there's going to be a war. Whoa, that was the big reveal. Peter's not an undercover cop, or he's not, he is a teacher, but he is really an undercover drug dealer. He is connected to the mob. Those associates were mafia. So that's the whole thing about Peter. Our first story is really about Peter searching for this drug dealer, okay? And the second story is really about people's concern about the opiate crisis in schools and in the neighborhoods. Even the mafia don't want it. So it's really, the themes are about the hidden lives of people that we meet. The whole notion is that when we see Peter, he comes across as, we know something's up with him, and then everybody at the school sees him as a really great teacher. The kids love him, other teachers love him, and he is a good teacher, but it turns out he's actually mob. And so that's the theme, is like the hidden lives, and we see that in a lot of things like spy movies, superhero movies, a lot of things where people have these other lives that we don't really know about. I kind of got this idea. I actually met somebody years ago, and he was dating a friend's sister, and everybody said, yeah, he's connected to Toronto mob. And but he was just like an accountant guy that was doing the work, and he was a really nice guy. And so I always sort of thought about that. Or if you look at something like Breaking Bad, like what if he was Walt was a handsome young man who was mob connected and decided to work at the school and sell. So it's I'm a teacher, and I just think it's a interesting story and a good story to tell. Like, what if these people that are so close to things are actually bad people?